All right, we could have some very good news, as it looks like a major problem in boxing could be solved as Gervonta Davis, after he fights Lamont Roach, very well could fight Teofimo Lopez after that, because it looks like Teofimo Lopez might be free and open to do what he wants to do. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. Got a really good bit of information. Hopefully it's solid. Want to share it with you. It is related to Gervonta Davis, who is the WBA 135-pound champion, and Teofimo Lopez, who is the former undisputed champion at 135 and is the current 140-pound champion for the WBO. There's been a lot of talk about the two of those guys fighting over the last several years, as Teofimo Lopez was obviously one of the four kings in the lightweight division that, you know, when they started marketing that, you had Gervonta Davis, you have Ryan Garcia, you had Teofimo Lopez, and you had Devin Haney. Well, Teofimo Lopez is still around. Teofimo Lopez is a two-division champion. And he's saying that he wants to fight Gervonta. Gervonta's scared to fight him. But there was a holdup to the fight. And the holdup is that Teofimo Lopez is tied down to Top Rank. And my understanding is that Teofimo Lopez, is actually in court with Bob Arum, looking to free himself from that contract and get with somebody that can pay him a lot of money. Now, one of the changes that took place in Teofimo Lopez's camp is that he joined Eddie Reynoso in Canelo Alvarez's camp. So that tells you that there is a little bit of a bridge being made between Teofimo Lopez and the PBC, Al Heyman's organization, because that is the organization in which Canelo Alvarez is fighting. Not saying that that's a guaranteed thing, but still, very good relationship between the trainer of Teofimo Lopez, Eddie Reynoso, and Al Heyman's organization. So, and Eddie Reynoso also has managerial responsibilities with Canelo Alvarez. So I would not be surprised if he was not working with Teofimo Lopez in that regard. And I'm telling you, that could bring very, very big money, especially if you can get the fight with Gervonta Davis done. Now, Leonard Ellerby, who is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, said that you're going to see Gervonta Davis in with all of these guys, Teofimo Lopez included. But again, big time holdup in it was that there's a lawsuit between Bob Arum and Teofimo Lopez. But again, I've done a series of reports, a series of conversations about people that are willing to put their money into boxing, and that there are people that are really looking to try to invest and consolidate both Top Rank and PBC under the same umbrella. If Bob Arum is willing, and if the price is acceptable to Bob Arum, obviously, then, and Al Heyman, obviously, then that deal can get done in very, very short order, and you can start seeing fights like Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez, and it can go beyond these guys just talking to each other. Right now, most of these call-outs that take place are not realistic, and we're not going to wind up with fights. Like, every time you heard Devin Haney call out Gervonta Davis while he was with Matchroom on a multi-fight deal with Matchroom, that's just a bunch of yap. Fight can't get made because of those two promotional companies have to both agree to make that fight. Same thing with Devin Haney and, man, a bunch of people there were legitimate promotional walls. Gervonta Davis had a promotional wall with Lomachenko for years, and with pretty much everybody in Top Rank, and Teofimo Lopez. But again, if they can work that deal out, it'll be a good deal. Now, Also, if they're able to do that, aside from whether or not Bob Arum allows Teofimo Lopez to get out of his contract or not, the merging of those two organizations would result in that contract going away, or at least that issue going away, because the new people would own the contract for Teofimo Lopez, as long as there is there's not a non-assignment clause in his deal, which I have not seen in boxing. Matter of fact, it's pretty common that a promoter can sell your promotional contract, to another promoter if he wants to, right? That's what happened when Bob Arum bought the promotional contract of Terrence Crawford from the promoter that signed him when he came out of the pros. That promoter wound up getting the value of 10%, of the purses of Terrence Crawford for the next 10 years or something like that. So, those type of transactions happen. All the time. But of course, the easiest way, to get that type of deal done is just for Bob Arum and Teofimo Lopez just to agree to part ways, or for Bob Arum just be open to allow him to get that Gervonta Davis fight. The Gervonta Davis fight, again, like Leonard Ellerby said, though, has to be big enough where it can make money for both people, right? Teofimo Lopez is a legitimate star. Gervonta Davis is a superstar. But again, those type of things just have to work together in order to get that fight. I'm confident that it'll happen, because I believe that this merger and this purchase is going to take place. Even if you don't see they actually change the names on the doors. Because there is companies like Disney that owns or Paramount that owns Showtime, right? So it could be PBC that owns Top Rank, but you just still see the Top Rank brands, you still see the Top Rank people, like Tim Bradley and Mark Craigle and those guys that are on ESPN. You'll probably still see them, and it could really look like there's no there was no change. But you'll wind up seeing the bigger fights getting made on Amazon Prime, and you should see the ESPN have more of the Tuesday night, Thursday night fights. Like those really classic shows that I used to enjoy when I was a kid, when you could see, Emmanuel Augustus, or you could see guys like Johnny Tapia on Tuesday nights. Anyway, that's what I hope happens. And I definitely know that there are the people that are, that have the money to do it also really want to see this. Hopefully we can get it. I think the problem is really resolved. I think that we're going to get to see that Gervonta Teo fight, just like I think we're going to be able to get the Gervonta Lomachenko fight. I just don't think that barrier between the PBC and Top Rank is going to be there much longer. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.